to the second example on constructing a box plot. In this case, we're going to be constructing parallel box plots. And this is just two box plots in the one number line. So for this, we actually need the lower quartile, median, and upper quartile for both data sets. So I'm going to do that here. So let's go with, let's call this set A and set B. Space it out just a little bit. And for each of these, we need the lower quartile, the median, I'm going to call it Q2, or you can label it MED if you'd like, and Q3. And we're going to be doing this for both data sets. Okay, so we're going to use a calculator for this, makes it a lot easier. Let's do this for set A first. So mode, stat, single variable, and let's put in these numbers. So 60, 62, 65, 69, 70, 72, 75, 75, 77, 78, 80, and 85. Once we have this, we can very quickly find the quartiles for all of these. So let's find Q1 first. 67. Let's find the median for this data set. The median is selection 4, so that is 73.5. And Q3, let's do it here, min max. Q3 is selection 5, that's 77.5. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for set B. Just erase these because it's not going to be the same. I mean, it might be, but we don't know that. Now, in order to do this, we need to clear our data set. So shift, clear, all. And yes, we want to clear everything. We're back to square one. So let's go to mode, stat, single variable. Now let's input in set B. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 54, 66, 75, 77, 80, 85, 94, and 94. Clearing the screen, shift, our second function, stat number 1, min max, and the process repeats. So let's find now Q1, it's 42.5. Q3, median, I just turned it off. Shift 1, min max, the median 70.5, and lastly Q3 82.5. Now in order to find the upper and lower extreme max, so these values here, you can do it by hand. So for set A, we actually needed the minimum, which I forgot to do, but let's do it now. You can do it just by looking and just finding the lowest value. In this case, I can see that 60 is my lowest value for set A, so 60 is my lowest. And my max for set A is, from the looks of it, 85. However, like with everything, well, almost everything in statistics, we can actually just use our calculator to find the exact same values. So shift 1, min max, and there they are again. The minimum for this data set. Now remember, this data set has set B in it. So let's find the minimum for this data set, which is 30. Whoops. So our min is 30. And our maximum, we could eye it out here just looking at it, or we can just use our calculator to find the maximum. It's 94. Now it's using these values that we're going to have to work with to make our parallel box plots. So let's make a grid here. And now let's find the absolute lowest number here. I can see it's going to be 30. And my highest number is 94. So let's go up by, from the feels of it, let's go up by 2's again. Let's see if that works. Let's say this is 28, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 60, 10, 70, 80. Okay, unfortunately it's not going to fit all the way in, so I'm just going to go up by 5. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Let's go down one more. So that's 30, 40, putting little intervals for each of them. There we go. So I'm going to let this be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and that one there is 95. Let's actually just extend this, because why not? There we go. So that is 100. Now from this, I'm going to do set A on top and set B on the bottom. So I'm going to do this in different colors. Let's do set B first, closest to the number line. Set B has the lower minimum at 30. Its maximum is at 94, so if that's 95 is here, let's put 94 very close to it. Its third or upper quartile is 82.5. So if that there is 85, 82.5 is exactly halfway, like this. Q1 is 42.5. That's 45, which means 42.5 should be about here. And its median is 70.5. So that's 75, 72.5. I'd say 70.5 is very close to the 70. So now we box in Q3 to Q1. Because remember, that's Q1 and that's Q3. We box that in and we join the minimum and the maximum to the lower quartile like this, and we join the maximum to the upper quartile like so. So this is set B. So let's label this as set B. Now in a different color, which you actually don't need to do, but I'm going to do because it looks nice. We're going to do the exact same thing for set A. So 60 is the minimum. We're going to do it just right above it like so. The maximum is 85. There we are. The lower quartile is 67. So that is 65. 67.5 is about there. So let's just put it right about there as well. Its median is 73.5. So that's 75. 72.5 is about halfway. Let's put 73.5 just past halfway between these two. And lastly, we have the upper quartile, of 77.5, which is, that's 75, that's 80, halfway between the two is 77.5. Now remember, that's Q1 and that's Q3, these two here. So we need to box those two values in, like so. And we join in these values like this. And we're going to label this set B. Or whatever, oh sorry, set A. Or whatever name it's been given. And there we have it. That is a parallel box and whisker plots. Now I hope that gave you an insight in both examples, and hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck.